Use the fields on the payroll detail sheet in Payroll Employee Maintenance to indicate how an employee is paid by your organization. To make changes or to enter this information for the first time, navigate to Payroll Employee Maintenance. Select an existing employee record or create a new one. Click the Pay Type drop-down and select an option to indicate if pay is hourly or salaried. In the Frequency field, select how often the employee is paid. You can select weekly, biweekly, which is every 2 weeks, semi-monthly, which is twice per month, or monthly. Next, select the shift the employee normally works and then a default expense code for the employee. Select a workers' compensation group linked to the employee. If the employee is part of a deferred compensation plan, select the third-party sick pay checkbox. If the employee is included in a retirement pension plan, select the retirement plan checkbox. If the employee works on the shop floor, select the active employee checkbox and then choose a home department for the person in the job department field. Finally, enter the labor rate for costing the employee's labor on jobs. This is usually the same as their pay rate. In the Factors pane, you can track the amount of vacation and sick time that the employee accrues. The accrual rate fields specify the number of hours the employee will earn for each pay period, and the remaining fields display how much is currently available for the employee to use. If the employee is capped and has a limit of vacation and sick time, define these limits in the maximum fields. Define the point at which the employee works at the overtime pay rate in the overtime threshold field. In the Per Week field, specify the overtime threshold per week. To add a pay rate, which is the pay per hour the employee receives, click the drop-down arrow for the New button on the standard toolbar and select New Pay Rate. You will then be prompted to enter the rate into the pay rate grid and the effective date for the rate. If the employee is paid by the hour, enter the rate in the pay rate column and the annual salary will be calculated. If the employee receives a yearly salary, enter that in the annual salary field and the pay rate will be calculated. Save the record.